reaction profiles, there are two main requirements for a successful reaction to take place. Number one, a collision, so reacting particles must collide together. And the second one is the collisions must take place with enough energy, which we call the activation energy. So the activation energy is the minimum amount of energy that reacting particles must have in order for a reaction to occur. And the conditions that we need for a chemical reaction to take place are that particles, first of all, must collide, and that the collision energy has to be bigger than the activation energy. What reaction profiles show is the progress of a reaction on an X and Y axis. And the X-axis shows us the rate of progress of the reaction, and the Y-axis shows us the energy level. So what you can find out from this is the relative energies of the reactants and the products. So by that I mean which has a higher energy, is it the reactants or the products? You can also see the activation energy, and you can also see the overall change of a reaction. In a reaction profile, if the product's energy is lower than the reactant's energy, then the reaction will be seen as exothermic. So you can also see reactions as endothermic, and in endothermic reactions, the energy of the products, it will be higher than the energy of the reactants. So that is what we call an endothermic reaction. And by endothermic, what we mean is it takes in energy, which creates a cooling effect in the surroundings. So because the energy of the products is higher than the energy of the reactants, it needs to suck in energy for that reaction to happen, which makes it seem a bit cooler. If you look at exothermic reactions, the energy of the products is lower than the energy of the reactants, which means that energy has to be given out, which creates heat in the surrounding atmosphere. So if the products are higher in energy compared to the reactants, we can say that it is an endothermic reaction. The something energy is the minimum amount of energy that reacting particles must have in order for a reaction to occur. Now remember, the reaction needs two things. It needs, first of all, there to be a collision, and that collision to have enough energy, which we call the activation energy. And again, just to remind you, if the products are lower energy than the reactants, you first of all know that that is an exothermic reaction. But from a reaction profile, you can also tell where the activation energy is by seeing how high the loop goes with the reaction profile, and you can also see the energy change by looking at the difference between the energy levels of the reactants and the products.